And I've always said you will never, ever, ever solve immigration until you get corporate America off the teat of cheap labor. And the reality, and I talk about this in my book, America's Lost Generation, is you're now competing with the whole globe for labor. Here's the problem. American labor is the most expensive in the world, which means it can literally be undercut by anyone. Literally, just don't be an American and you'll automatically be cheaper, and you can get paid half of an American's wage and feel like you're doing very, very well. The $60,000 job can now be paid an immigrant for $30,000. The $100,000 job can be paid to an immigrant at $50,000. Where does that extra money go? Into the pockets of shareholders. Simple as. And I've always said you will never, ever, ever solve immigration until you get corporate America off the teat of cheap labor. It's that simple. If you want to slow down immigration, you've got to get corporate America off cheap labor. It's that simple. Once you do that, then things can change. But as long as they require cheap labor, they will do whatever they have to do to get a hold of it, including offshoring, which is now the latest new thing. Send it to Mexico, send it to India, anything to keep labor costs down. And especially with AI, you now have two things pressuring labor costs. One is global competition, and the other one is AI. Because now they're looking at the headcount and looking at different job positions and say, can AI do it? If no, can we offshore it? If no, then it gets to stay. If yes, one of those two things will be an option. Where does this leave the everyday working American? Bereft. Unfortunately. And this is why the calls to stop this are louder and louder. And I feel sorry that immigrants are becoming targeted in all of this, but the reality is people look at all of these new people, all of these new neighbors, all of this immigration, and at this point they're saying, yeah, you're taking my job. And one would argue they're not entirely incorrect about that.